Hello, so this video is going to be a what sold video. This is going to be everything I sold in my reselling business for the first week of September. So that is September 1st to September 7th, 2021. If you are new here, hello. My name is Heroine Bob. You can just call me Bob. And we are actually going to start with Amazon. I know I don't really talk about Amazon very much on my channel, like at all, like a side mention every now and again. But I did sell something on Amazon that was not FBA. If you did not know, you can actually sell some vintage glass on Amazon. I know. I was shocked too when I found this out. I was even more shocked when I realized that I could make more money on some things on Amazon. Now this, again, as I mentioned, is not fulfilled by Amazon. This is merchant fulfilled shipping, which you do get a decent discount using merchant fulfilled shipping through Amazon because of, you know, the discounts they're able to receive for being like massive. So I sold this vintage Sunbeam glass bake mixing bowl for $17.50 and the buyer paid $5.99 for shipping. I bought this a while ago at Goodwill, again in my area, vintage ceramic and glass. Unfortunately, if it doesn't sell within the first 4 weeks, tends to get smashed and trashed at my local thrift stores, so that's why I buy a lot of it to resell, mostly because I'm trying to save pieces that I think have value or significant American history. So that's why I picked this up. I didn't expect to make a whole lot of money, but because it's sold on Amazon, I actually did. I made about $10 off of this piece, and I'm really happy it has gone off to a new home. I'm sure as a replacement for their Sunbeam mixer, so. Also, if you actually look at this listing on Amazon, I will link down below. All of the Amazon pictures are actually my pictures because the Amazon pictures they had from the last person that sold this on Amazon were terrible. So I'll put the link in the description down below so you guys can see what my pictures look like, but I think they look pretty good. And then now we're gonna go over to eBay, and I'm so grateful that my store has bounced back so quickly after going on vacation. And I had quite a few sales, including ending the week with a really good one. So I sold this, the North Face long sleeve button front shirt for $8, and the buyer paid $5.50 for shipping. And I am very happy about this. If you're wondering, like, it's $8, why are you so happy about that? Because I paid $1 for it. I paid less than $1 for this at the Air Force retirees house. So I, you know, 5-6x times my money, and trust me, that's a pretty good return on the time investment. This next item is a vintage 80s women's shirt. I could not figure out what size this was, so I based it off the measurements of this item. I also modeled it as well, and based on how it fit me, I was like, all right, it's this size. Please look at the measurements because the size tag is gone, so just make sure that it fits you. I did already get feedback for this item, so I do know that it fits this person. I'm glad that they actually looked at my measurements. I put measurements in a photo for all of my listings, and I do recommend, especially if you're going to be interested in selling vintage clothes, that you do something similar, just because of the fact that it does give buyers a lot more confidence, especially online shopping. So I sold it for $12, and the buyer paid $4.90 for shipping, and I paid $4 for this in Mississippi, I believe. So this tie sold for my full asking price of $9.87, and the buyer paid $4.80 for shipping. And I would not recommend picking up this brand of tie unless it's new with tags. I did pay $2.50 for this at the Goodwill near the boys' house, and because it was new with tags was the only reason I picked it up. You know, 2-3 times my money with this sale, and I'm very happy that it has gone off to a new home. Now this tie, this Brooks Brothers tie, Brooks Brothers makers ties, I have had so much success with. Again, it's only going to be in the $10 to $15 range for these Brooks Brothers silk ties plus shipping, but it's 3 photos, you know, front, back, material tag, and it takes up all of this much space, and they can't break. and they're super lightweight and they're really easy to pack and ship. So $11.90 I sent out an offer to watchers, and the buyer paid $4 for shipping. So I also paid $2.50 for this tie, and happy to see it go off to a new home. I don't actually find a whole lot of Lucky brand items in my area, which I find interesting because there is a Lucky outlet by my old office. So I picked up this Lucky brand flannel pearl snap, I believe in Mississippi when I was there, and that means I paid less than $4 for this shirt. I sold it on an offer to buyers for $14.35, and the buyer paid $5.50 for shipping. So I'm very happy to turn $4 into $14, which means I made a $10 profit on this item. This item, I'm actually surprised at how fast it sold, which means trends are a good thing to look out for. So cottagecore is still going strong, as is granny style, which is what I put in the keyword for this pillow sham. I found this at an estate sale and I paid $1 for it. And it was just so cute and it's green. So of course I looked at it and had to buy it, and it had 0 stains and the lace hadn't yellowed at all, which is amazing considering it's vintage. Another great thing that if you're looking at quilted items is to actually figure out what quilt pattern it is, which is what I did for this item. This specific quilt pattern is called Cathedral Window, which is an excellent keyword, like set of keywords for that. And then I put granny style to help denote the style, and it sold for $12.64, and the buyer paid $5.50 for shipping. So turning $1 into $12. Again, very happy about that. This item, we're gonna go from a positive buy to a bad buy. And I don't really feel like it's a bad buy because I still doubled my money, but it took way too long to sell. So this is a set of new sealed cards. I did not realize that Mary Bright is like sold at Walmart. So I did not realize that until after I went to list it. But this is a brand new set sealed of cards from 2005. You know, we're coming up on fall winter season. So it sold for $3.50, and the buyer paid $3 for shipping after I relisted it. So this has been in my store for a year and a half and hadn't sold. I actually relisted it and then got this offer that day after selling similar. So I still doubled my money because I only paid $1 for the set of cards, and even, you know, shipping it, I made $1 and then got my $1 back. So I'm happy about that because it's gone, and hopefully someone will get a lovely card this Christmas season because of that. So this shirt I've had for quite a while. It is a vintage, like 90s Y2K area, like very Ed Hardy type style shirt, and it sold for $12 free shipping. I still made a really nice profit on this shirt because I only paid 50 cents for it at a hole-in-the-wall thrift store in Gloucester, which is where my family lives, and very happy that it's finally gone. I also did not realize that Maurice's was it's like a tiny little department store, kind of like Fashion Bug, that kind of thing. But I'm really glad that it sold and it's off to a new home, or hopefully they'll enjoy it. So this shirt is a New with Tags Greg Norman shirt that I picked up at the Air Force Retirees House for less than $1. I got my full asking price of $19.87, and this was a free shipping. And then I sold another shirt from the Air Force Retirees House that I purchased for less than $1. It's a Champion Golf, and the only reason I picked this up because it was new at Tags, and sold for $14.87, and this was also free shipping. Again, that one estate sale where I picked up 150 pieces of clothing and shoes has paid off so many times. I've made so much money off of that estate sale, and I feel kind of bad that I didn't take all the clothes, but I already have too many clothes that I haven't listed yet. No, we're still not done yet. I still have more sales to talk about. So I love vintage. I love finding vintage. I love selling vintage. And when I found these corduroy vintage Justin shorts in the men's section, even though they're women's shorts, I had to get them. So I paid $4 for these at the Goodwill by the Boys House, and the buyer paid $14 on offer and $7.70 for shipping. So I'm very happy that these corduroy pants are going to hopefully be in someone's Instagram and continue to be worn for another couple of decades. Oh my goodness. I am so grateful these shoes are gone. This was a hard lesson learned. So I personally like Cole Haan's. I know Cole Haan's men's shoes still do pretty well, but Cole Haan women's, most of the styles that I find in my area do not do well for resale. So when I got an $18 offer for this pair of 6.5 penny loafers by Cole Haan, I accepted it with a quickness. I have had these shoes for almost 2 years, and I am grateful that they are gone. I still made money on them because I only paid $4 for these at the DAV, I believe. So you know, even after shipping, I still doubled my money. So thank you, whoever purchased these shoes. I hope you enjoy them, and I'm so grateful you got them out of my house. And the last sale I'm going to share with you all is also from the Air Force Retirees House, which means again I paid less than $1 for this, and I sold these vintage new old stock camo Gore-Tex Rocky Wildcat boots in a men's size 7.5 for $51, and the buyer paid $11 for shipping. So yeah, even after the cost of goods and the shipping, you know, I made 40 and fees and stuff. I made like $40 off of this one sale. Very excited. So this person purchased them after I answered a question. They had asked me a question like, where was this made? Because it was undisclosed in the listing, and I had to look through all the paperwork, which fortunately, again, these are new old stock. It had all of the paperwork with it, so I figured out that, oh, these are actually made in the United States. And as soon as I sent them that message, I got an offer, and I of course accepted it. So $51, and the buyer paid shipping. Very good sale. Very happy to turn $1 into 50. I'll do that any day. And these were all my sales. As you guys can tell, I did, this video is a little bit longer than the last one was for my sales, which means that my store is picked back up. I am doing better about making sure I am listing more often. Not every day, it's like every other day, because again, I'm a part-timer, so I do have a full-time job I have responsibilities for. But it's nice to see my stores waking back up and sales picking back up and me making more money, because that's really what we're here to do, is make money. So thank you all so much for watching. I would personally like to thank all 1,506 of my subscribers for watching this video. Interesting history fact for the year 1506 AD, CE, whichever one you prefer, is that in the year 1506, Leonardo da Vinci completed the majority of his pièce de la Resistance, the Mona Lisa, in this year. In addition, the Swiss Guard became the permanent guard to the Pope, permanent ceremonial guard to the Pope in this year for Pope Julius II, I believe. I'm gonna look that up because I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Pope Julius II. Wow, look at me with my brain remembering stuff. Good job. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, bye. Bye. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums and a horse is strong.